Shadyside, 1978. School's out for summer, and the activities at Camp Nightwing are about to begin. But when another Shadysider is possessed with the urge to kill, the fun in the sun becomes a gruesome fight for survival. This second movie of the trilogy should be scuzzy fun, but instead will leave you feeling clean and bored. It proves that the entire Fear Street enterprise could have easily kept its time-hopping ambitions to a 2-hour kill fest. It's a slow and sloppy slasher. Being in the middle entry of a film trilogy immediately seems like it would be the most difficult to plot out in a way that enables that entry to stand on its own, without the context of the films that precede and follow it. Cutting it too close in your second entry, and the novelty grinds to a halt, while potentially exposing the shortcomings of the original in the process. But diverts too dramatically, and you risk muddying the aesthetic of the trilogy as a whole. Ultimately, the easiest route is simply to play things relatively safe, handing off the torch to the third film, and allowing that entry to cement viewers' final impression of the series. In addition to this tension-sapping narrative decision, the big and bloody problem with Part 2 is that by making a horror flick set at a 1970s summer camp with a contemporary perspective and budget, the movie has set itself up for failure. The sleepaway slaughter hallmarks of the 1980s, such as Friday the 13th, belong to a disreputable, sleazy subgenre that cannot be genuinely replicated by such mainstream studios as Fox and Netflix. It's not that Part 2 is allergic to violence, it's just that all the bad behavior can't help but feel sanitized and too close to safe in today's well-funded needle-drop eager hands. If you're going to make a movie in which a psycho slices away at both campers and counselors in direct homage to the age of Jason Voorhees, you need to go scuzzy or go home. A proper slasher movie should make you want to take a shower. Here, the audience felt sparkling clean. Like Fear Street Part 1 1994, the script here tends to slog through more backstory related to Sarah Fear, the witch who soon enough possesses Cindy's sweet boyfriend Johnny and turns him into a scowling, ravenous axe-wielding murderer. We know a good deal of this stuff from creepy cutaway moments in the predecessor, and this movie cannot reignite the sense of discovery in watching counselors learn about the cult-like scenario with their own eyes. This movie feels held back by the information it needs to show about how to stop Sarah's curse to justify the bodies that pile up in the process. The time period in particular feels less relevant to the plot this time around, being communicated largely by a ceaseless parade of licensed music rather than how these characters comport themselves. It also has slower pace than the previous installment, as this sequel takes a good 45 minutes to truly light the fuse, lacking the brutal spark of kindling possessed by 1994's Scream-inspired intro. The filmmakers do not invest in the movie conventions or make a meal out of the stalk and slaughter set pieces. The kills come and go with perfunctory swiftness that suggests a condescension to the material, not a genuine affection for it. That's why the gore feels like scant reward. There's plenty of blood, but no heart put into pumping it. Overall, this second movie kinda suggests that this trilogy works best when it's keeping its eye on the bigger picture. In the end, Fear Street Part 2 1978 is less effective as a self-contained story.